The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Maricel Halim. Presidential aspirant and Senator Ping Lacson spotted Chinese Coast Guard vessels during his visit at the Pag-asa Island in the West Philippine Sea. Marian Enriquez with a report.
Thank you.
Something has to change. This was Partido Reforma's standard bearer Senator Panfilo Lacson's realization after visiting Pag-asa Island. During his visit, Lacson said their cockpit received a radio challenge from Chinese Coast Guards. They even saw several Chinese Coast Guard vessels lurking in the waters surrounding the island. They also received a text message upon arrival saying, "Welcome to China."
Madedemoralize at saka yung tatamaan kayo maski paano looking at the inhabitants there, and then bago ka mag-land, i-challenge ka na para bang nasa ibang bansa ka, para kang naligaw na nawala ka sa Pilipinas. Pagkatapos pag-land mo, welcome to China ka.
Even Partido Reforma President and Davao del Norte 1st District Representative Pantaleon Alvarez was disheartened.
May inis ka kung bakit hinayaan natin na ganyan ang sitwasyon sa atin ngayon. Tapos nalaman ko rin doon na yung palang mga fishermen natin, hindi na nakakapag-fishing doon sa area dahil tinataboy sila ng mga inchik na yung mga vessels.
Lacson called on the government to step up its efforts to provide shelters for local inhabitants in the area.
We should do something. Housing, for example, there are only 54 households, and yet we saw a prototype housing unit na hindi naman kagandahan. So siguro a 1 million peso housing unit for 54 households, hindi naman malaking halaga, 54 million compared to the 5 trillion budget that we will pass for next year.
As a symbol of asserting the country's territorial rights and jurisdiction, Lacson raised 3 Philippine flags in Pag-asa Island. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
United States warns China that an armed attack would invoke Washington's mutual defense commitments following the recent incident in the Ayungin Shoal. U.S. said that it stands with the Philippines in the face of escalating tensions in the South China Sea. This comes after Chinese Coast Guard fired a water cannon against local supply boats on its way to Ayungin Shoal, forcing the vessels to abort their mission. The U.S. State Department said that China should not interfere with lawful activities in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The Philippine National Police urges 2022 candidates to undergo voluntary drug testing. While PNP acknowledged that drug testing for candidates is not required, they said it wouldn't hurt candidates to prove to the electorate that they are not drug users. The latest pronouncement of President Duterte on a presidential aspirant doing drugs prompted the PNP to conduct an initial fact-finding. PNP Chief Junardo Carlos said the progress of this action will depend on the sufficiency of evidence. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Maricel Halim. Fuel products are set for another round of price cuts this week. UniOil said diesel should go down by 1 peso and 10 centavos to 1 peso and 20 centavos per liter, while gasoline should go down by 90 centavos to 1 peso per liter. Global oil prices fell for the 4th straight week last week as COVID-19 cases in Europe surged. Despite this, the Energy Department says year-to-date oil price adjustments stand at a net increase of about 15 pesos to over 20 pesos per liter. Chaos ensued at the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta. This comes after a gunshot was heard at one of the airport's checkpoints. Officials said there was no active shooter and that the gun had been accidentally discharged. They also assured that no one was harmed during the incident. It's the end of an era for suits, at least for bankers in London. Bankers reporting back to work are opting for a more casual look after the pandemic. Bloomberg's Ryan Hesketh tells us why.
Take a walk around the City of London and you'll see it looks quite different to how it did just a few months ago. The streets are busy again, with around 70% of workers returned to the office. But for many, one thing hasn't come with them: their suits. After a year of Zoom calls, team meets and dressing from just the waist up, smart casual is very much the new normal. Between standout blazers, chinos and the once dreaded brown shoe, the clothing industry is adapting fast.
All yours. A lot of our clients now, in fact it's almost 100% of them, are veering towards casual clothing. So, they may have been wearing suits for the last 30 years, but now there's a distinct need for them to come, get smartened up with some casual wear, whether that's jeans or chinos or even bomber jackets and unstructured jackets for travelling, and now they're allowed to travel. So it's been a real sea shift in terms of the demand we've seen from our customers.
Traditional tailors have had mixed fortunes during the pandemic. Gives and Hawkes, one of Savile Row's oldest institutions, is seeking a buyer after a shortfall in funding. And city favourite Aquascutum now only has stores in China. Those that survived are pivoting with the times, embracing the push towards casual. But it's not just clothes these stores offer, it's help navigating the age-old mystery of what even is smart casual.
Not everyone knows what they should wear, and also they don't always know what they should wear for each occasion. So what people might wear smart casually to the office may also differ what they may wear smart casually if they're going to a client meeting or they're going on a plane, or even if they're meeting in a social setting, in a bar or a sporting event. So that's where we come into play, by just giving the customer exactly what they want.
Whilst there's been no official changes in dress policy at major banks, the evidence of the shift to casual is all around. Comfort, flexibility, hybrid dressing, these are the buzzwords of the dress for your day era. Even so, it seems unlikely that we'll see trackies on the trading floor anytime soon. From bespoke tailors like McCann's to high street staples like Charles Tyrwhitt, the belief is firmly that the suit isn't dead yet.
I don't think enough people give credence to how well they dress. And there are so many subliminal messages that you can give off by the way you dress, whether it's your shoes, the way you tie your tie, the type of shirt you wear, the fit of a blazer, jacket, pair of jeans. So it's not to be underestimated, but a lot of people do.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top story. The DILG will start to implement the alert level system nationwide starting tomorrow. Malacanang insists the ICC has no jurisdiction to probe the government's drug war. This, as some experts say, the Philippines already submitted to the court's jurisdiction by asking for a deferral of its investigation. And President Duterte will be attending the ASEAN-China Summit virtually tomorrow. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest story. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Maricel Harini. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. Clear One News.